Courtney Haven's here with us, showing AI a little love in that jersey. Now people can see it. You got a question for the fellas?
Yeah, do the Celtics close out the Bulls in Game 6 tonight?
No. I think they're going to go back to Chicago. I think D-Wade and the crew are going to find a way to get it done. I was inclined to pick the Celtics because I originally picked them to win this series in 7 games. I think that because Isaiah Thomas has to go home after Game 6 for his sister's funeral, it'll be that much more harder to come back for a Game 7. But I'm thinking that D-Wade and Jimmy Butler are going to do what it takes to survive and force a Game 7.
I disagree. I'm an Isaiah Thomas believer. I think Isaiah Thomas closes us out tonight. I think the fact that his sister's funeral tomorrow gives him only more motivation to get this thing done. I'm in on Isaiah Thomas.
I agree that it gives him more motivation, but I think D-Wade and Butler and those boys will find a way for tonight in Chicago.
Courtney, appreciate you. Glad you got a little NBA playoffs in the show. We've been so draft-centric. Next up, we have Tierney Griffin. And her brother is our graphics producer, Tom Griffin, so one of the family here with us.
Is that the dude that just came over here telling us we better be nice to his sister? Let me be very, very clear.
That's a good big brother.
It's very, very lovely to see you. He needs to be worried about himself. Go ahead.
So I was wondering who you think is the best player still available in the draft.
Ooh.
I got this. You want a minute? You need to take a minute?
That's a tough one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you 2. Kevin King, cornerback out of Washington, 6'3", lit up the combine, can play. I also like a guy out of University of Houston, Tyus Bowser, defensive end, outside linebacker, just an incredible athlete. Played basketball at Houston.
It's fair. It's fair. You might have seen those guys. I haven't seen either one of those guys. I have seen Mixon. Mixon is available, and I'm high on him right now as a player. I'm not high on what the hell he did, but I'm certainly as a talent. This dude would have been in the first round had it not been for that incident. That's the name I come up with because I saw him, but it's not fair because I haven't seen a lot of them.
Alvin Cook's going to get his name called before Mixon.
That's fair. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Tierney, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Ryan Nix, come on up. How we?
There we go.
We got Feed the Zeke. How about that little Cowboy fan? You know I always got to find you a Cowboy fan, Stephen A. What you got for the guys?
So will the Clippers force a Game 7 tonight against the Jazz, or are they done?
No, they're not done. What, you can't because of his shirt? You won't look at the man? You won't look at the man?
Cowboy fans are like cockroaches. If a nuclear bomb dropped on this city, somehow, some way, a Cowboy fan will come crawling from the sewers. I mean, y'all just make me sick. I just can't stand Cowboy fans. They just make me sick. Having said all of that, I do believe that the Clippers.
He's so sensitive.
Just stop it. I do believe that the Clippers will force a Game 7. Somehow, some way, CP3 will respond. I don't know if they're going to win this series, but I do believe they'll force a Game 7.
I agree. This is an animal backed into a corner. This is the future of Doc Rivers. This is the future of that team and its makeup. And I know how you act when I get you backed into a corner in one of these debates. You come out all crazy and swinging.
You have no clue because you've never backed me into a corner. Going up against you is the equivalent of shadow boxing. It's very, very easy. Shalom.
Ryan, thank you so much.
Right.
I don't know how you became a Cowboys fan in Philly, but that's for another time. And lastly, we have, Benjamin Franklin's here, American's forefather. Good to see you, Benjamin.
Greetings, how are you?
I'm fantastic. It's so good to have you with us. I want you to start with Stephen A. Please make eye contact with this man.
Let me
He's not even a Cowboys
like Stephen A. Benjamin, no middle initial, Franklin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you, sir.
Great.
My question is, if the Pats get Richard Sherman, are they a lock to win the Super Bowl? Stone cold lock.
Is that really your name?
Benjamin Franklin.
That's what it says on your
No
driver's
middle
license?
initial.
No middle initial.
Let me see that driver's license. Prove it.
Can you turn around? Let me see.
You don't have driver's license in Philly?
I will say this.
Oh, well, he's got a jersey.
I will
Case closed.
I will say this. One could argue that New England's damn near a lock right now simply because they've kept their team intact and you're talking about them or having added Stephon Gilmore and others. But there is no question, particularly with Gilmore on one corner, if you add Richard Sherman to the equation, it's an absolute wrap. I'm almost there anyway. I'm just holding out hope because I love my Steelers, but I can't see anybody beating the New England Patriots right now. And if you got Richard Sherman, it's a wrap to me.
They're a lock almost as it is. There's no need to take on the risk of Richard Sherman, and I like Richard Sherman, but you have to be honest. He is a risk. There's a reason the Seahawks are looking to trade him. There's a reason he's on the block.
What's the risk for Richard Sherman?
It's the locker room and sideline.
Oh, stop it.
Hey,
Bill Belichick's locker room, Robert Kraft's team,
listen to
Tom Brady's locker room.
My life.
If you don't trust me, listen to the Seahawks.
I respect
Why
Pete
is he
Carroll,
on the block?
I respect Pete Carroll, but he's not Bill Belichick. He's never built.
You don't need that risk.
Pete Carroll likes dudes to freelance. Bill Belichick doesn't play that.
Well, hold on, founding father. What?
It's like having John Adams in the locker room. You know, he's good, but he can be disruptive.
Yeah, come on, y'all. I mean, will y'all stop it? I mean, even you, Ben Franklin. I mean, just stop it. Just stop it. I mean, come on. Richard Sherman is a risk. Why? Because he opens his mouth.
That's it. Max to get that joke.
He shows up and balls. He doesn't get into any trouble. He's a cerebral mind. He's one of the top 5 corners in the game, and you wouldn't have to give up with so much to get him.
I'm not making this up.
And you're telling me to have Richard Sherman as a risk?
The Seahawks are calling him disruptive.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It's ridiculous.